Hello, everybody. It's Alex Dioro here. It's been a while since I put on a video but that's because I really don't know what to do with my videos. I put some Dragon Ball videos in there, but that was pretty stupid of me because you could just watch that in the internet. Google. Anyways, I decided to see what else I can change on my show. So before that, I decided, what do you guys like about other videos? Is that you guys know something about them that you just want to hear? And before I start making videos, I should tell you guys a little bit about myself. So I started checking out for some questions that I can answer, but since these are just typical questions, standard questions that some people can ask and you have to answer. I'll be looking at these questions right now and I'll be answering them. Do to know, since I'm not the kind of guy to give out all my information, the names that I'll be putting out here will be non-real names. They'll be like fictional names. Okay, let's start with the first question. First question, what is your name? My name is Alex Dioro, just like the channel is. How old are you? I am 23 years old. Where are you from? I am from Mexico. Really good country? It's kind of a good country. People like to say that this place is not that good. Mostly those people are racists, but I like Mexico. It's calm, really easy. Where do you live? I live in Irapuato. Yeah, the typical middle place in the country. What do you do? What do I do? I work in a auto factory where I make pieces for a specific piece for the cars. I don't make all of the pieces. We just make some of them. We don't make all of it. Do you have any brothers or sisters? I have two brothers. They're older than me. I'm the youngest. Their names will be, one will be Felipe and the other one will be Carlos. Felipe is my older brother and Carlos is also my older brother, but he's like the second oldest. What type of music do you listen to? I listen to a whole bunch of music. I love music and I listen to a lot of it. Do I have a preference? Nah, not really. I hear about mostly anything. What television programs do you watch? I watch both cartoons and anime. I like them a lot. I see them mostly all the time. I do watch other shows, but usually once those things are done, I just go back to the cartoons and anime. Do you play any musical instruments? No, I do not play any musical instruments. What language do you speak? English and Spanish, obviously. Although I don't speak very well of it, and that's because mostly I don't talk with this language or the other one that often. It's not because I'm silent, it's just that it's hard for me to communicate with another person through through talking to them because then I will probably mess up in a word or two And they'll be like, oh, he just doesn't know how to speak that language. It's just that I don't practice speaking to much people. What sports do you participate? I do not participate in any sports. At school, I just did the normal stuff that they make us do. I don't actually have a preference. What food do you like? I like typical, typical Mexican food. I mean, we always eat that every day. Every day. I don't have a preference. It's just like with music. I just eat what I have to eat. I have some dislikes of some certain kinds of food, but that's another question for another time. Where do you usually go on holidays? Depends on what holidays are you speaking of. Like in here in Mexico, we don't celebrate Easter Day or anything like that, or St. Patrick's Day. We don't celebrate most of those things. We have Mexican holidays, which I usually just stay at home. Christmas, however, I go. We have a typical thing that we do with, well, they start spending out candy on houses. It's kind of like Halloween, but it's Christmas. And what do we do on Halloween? We don't do shit. We don't do. We don't wear costumes. We don't go out for candy, which is kind of sad. There could be some exceptions with some streets that actually does that, but I never gone to any of them. What else? What are your hobbies? My hobbies? I play Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I play that usually like in the midnight. And I play like about 1 or 2 hours. What time do you get up in the morning? I work at night, so I basically come at home at the morning. So, yeah. What do you have for breakfast? Typical cereal. I just eat cereal and maybe a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if I have any. How do you go to work / school? I work, so I don't go to school. So I go on a transportation that they take me. They take me all the way back to work, and then when it's done, we go back to the transportation and come back home. Where do you have lunch? Depends on what do you mean by where do I have lunch. If you're talking about at work, I go to the cafeteria like anyone else, and I usually eat at home too. What do you do in the evenings? I usually hang out with my 2 daughters. Let me scratch that. My 2 little girls. Or sometimes I'll go with my nephew and hang out with him. What time do you go to bed? I go to bed like about 9 a.m. I sleep at that hour. And then I wake up like at 4 or 5. Well, that's the end of the questions right here. There was 20 questions and I answered all of them. If you guys see this video and want to ask me any questions, go ahead. I'll answer them, or I'll just, by the next video, I will talk about more about my life from the beginning to the present.